Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to look at Chapter 5, Number Theory, Fill and Pour. So I'll just click on Fill and Pour. Now this one, I've gotten quite a few questions about how this works. So it looks like with this first one, when we're going for 4 ounces, and we have this container that holds 8 ounces and this container that holds 12 ounces. And then what we want to do is we want to get one container with 4. So we fill this one up, and then we empty it out into this one. And there we go. We have the answer. Now, if you did that one and you understood, you thought, okay, I could probably do this very easily. And then you came across something like this, where you have 7 ounces in the small container and 11 ounces in the large container, and your target is 1 ounce. So what happens is we can't see the difference of 1 between these two. So we try and fill and pour and fill and pour, and it can be a little bit challenging. I did ask for help on this one. I asked Dr. Jeff Hall from the Atlanta campus, and what he did was he did something just like I've written out right here, where he did it on paper before he went over to try to do it on the computer. So if this one is full at 11 and this one is full at 7, we want to make sure this one has 0. So we empty out 7 from the 11 and we're left with 4. That means then we pour it over here, and now we have 4 here, and we subtracted it, so we have 0. So now we go ahead and fill this one up again. We already have 4, but when we fill it up again, we can only add 3 more. So we've subtracted 3 on this side and added 3 over here, and then we have 7. So we're going to empty this one out again, subtract the 7, and go back to having 0. So now, because we did 11 minus 3, we have 8 left. So when we empty this out again and get 0, and then we move the 8 over here, we only can use 7. So 8 minus 7, we have the 1 left that we're looking for. So let's look at how this looks with the fill and pour activity. So we're going to fill this one up, then we're going to pour it over here, and then we're going to empty this one. And then we're going to pour this one over here, and then we're going to fill this one up, pour this one over here, and then empty this one. Then all we have to do is pour this one over here, and we have our 1. So in looking at this, we noticed that we could probably solve the same problem the same way every time. Why? Because all we're doing is pouring from the larger container to the smaller container each time. So any problem we do can be solved in this same way. So let's see if this will work. We're going to get a new problem. We have 6 and 10, and we're looking for 8 ounces. So we're going to fill this one up, pour it over here, and then empty, and then pour what's remaining over here. Then we're going to fill this one up again, pour it over here. There we go. We solved it just by using that same method. Let's try a new problem. I believe we can solve any problem with this same method. So this one has us 1 5 ounces and 1 8 ounces, and we're looking for 7 ounces. Now we know the difference between 8 and 5 is 3, so we know that it's not going to be as easy as the first one. But let's try that same way of doing it. We fill this one up, and we pour to the smaller one, and then we empty the smaller one. And then we pour this out, and now we fill this up again, move to the smaller one, and we empty this one out again. Now we move it over to the smaller one, and now we empty this one out again. We're going to move this one over here, and then we're going to fill this one up again. Now what we're doing, see, we're moving it always to the smaller one and emptying and moving over and filling up and pouring out. There we go. So eventually in every case, if we just continue doing that same thing, we'll be able to solve all of these problems. So I hope that helped, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.